Hello friends, welcome again. In the previous video we installed the Pinia store in our project. Now, as I said, I have added a search here, and if we want to make a filter, the search is in the navigation. So if I open the components navbar, and here we have the input for the search. Okay, now if we want to make a search here, we need to get all the movies and then filter by what we typed here. But to get all the movies, if we go inside the views, movies.view, we get the movies like this from this API. So we need to get also in our navigation and then filter by what we typed. But because we have installed Pinia, now it's more easy. We can create a store and get the movies there, and then in the navbar we can get movies from that store, and the same thing in the movies. Can remove this and get the movies from the store. So let's do that. If you go to the Pinia, defining a store, here is how you can define the store. Import the defined store from Pinia, and you can name the return value of a defined store anything you want, but it's best to use the name of the store and surround it with the use and the store. For example, use user store or use cart store. Okay. The first argument is a unique ID of the store across your application. So the first argument here is a unique ID of the store. So let's go right here, and we have an example for the counter store. I'm going to copy this and let's close this one as well. Inside the source directory, I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to name it stores, and here I'm going to create a new file, movies.js, and here let's paste that we have copied here. Export const use counter, but we need to say use movies. We don't need counter, we are going to create this for movies, and here is the ID. So the first argument is a unique ID, and I'm going to name it movies. Okay, then we have a state, getters, and actions. For the state we have this count and name, but for us we need movies, which is going to be an empty array initially. And also we need, if we go to the movies, we need also this is loading. So let's create also that is loading, and initially it's going to be true, but here I'm going to say false. Okay, then we have getters, and instead of something like this, let's say let's remove for now. And here we have actions. For actions, I want to copy this to what we have here and create an action to get a movie. So I'm going to say get movies like this and paste here what we have copied, but here we use await, so we need to make this async function. Async get movies. Okay, and now we have the response. Instead of saying movie list.value, we can assign the movies with the response. So let's say this dot movies is going to be equal with the response. And let's save, and let's see now if we have everything okay. Good. If I go inspect the element, go to the view, I have installed the Vue DevTools here, and we have Pinia. and we don't have any store because this store we just created and we don't use anywhere. So let's go inside the movies.vue, and to use that store we can, if you go here, we have using the store. We need to import that store and we create an instance of that store. So let's do the same thing. First, in the setup, I'm going to import up here the use movies store from the movies, and then let's remove what we have here, or I'm just going to comment this and let's say create a constant what you want to name. So here we have store, but I'm going to name it movies store. It's going to be equal with the use movie store function. And now if I save as it is right now, and let's go back and refresh, and we don't see that. If you go to the console, yeah, the define store, because I just copy and say define store here. So let's say define store like this, and now we have imported. I forgot to do that. Now let's go back and refresh. Okay, now let's go to the view, and here we have movies, and right now movies is an empty array. We need to call this get movies, and then we are going to have that. So instead of something we have here, we just can say on mounted, I'm going to say movies store dot get movies like this, and now let's save it. And as you can see, we have 5 movies here. Okay, then instead of saying if is loading, we need to say movie store dot is loading in here. So instead of something like this, we can say the movie or movies, what we have named movies, yeah, movies store dot is loading. We are going to show the is loading. Then instead of movie list, we need to say movie store dot movies like this. Let's save, and if you see here, now we have the movies. Refresh, everything okay. If we go here, yeah, it's working. Okay friends, that's it, how we can create the store. Added an identifier here, movies, then add the state, getters, and the actions. And the action we can make async await, very nice. Then we can use that store in the our component by importing the store, defining the store here, create a constant for that store, and we can say movie store dot and what state we have here. So movies or is loading. That's it about this video. Hope you enjoy and see you in the next one. All the best, friends.